So guys, if you have your certificate, apply. If you have your 600 hours, apply. If you have a certificate without any 600 hours, please don't even bother to apply. If you have work experience, you can apply. But if you have a certificate with no 600 hours, with no work experience, please don't even bother yourself to apply. Hi guys, you're welcome back to my video. In today's video, I'll be giving you guys new updates about the care assistant job in Finland organized by the Skil Road Workforce Management. After attending the Zoom meeting, I realized that there was so much information that I didn't give on that video, which I didn't say in that video. So guys, I attended the Zoom meeting and I got so much information I just want to share with you guys. The first thing I got that is so amazing is that this year, this 2023, they need 5,000 care assistant or nursing assistant. And if you are a nurse in your home country, remember this training, they'll just train you to be a healthcare assistant. They will not train you to become a nurse. So if you are a nurse in your home country, you are going to Finland to be a nursing assistant. So that's the first thing I got. The second thing, I already said it, they need 5,000 nursing assistant. Last year they employed or they got 1,000 nursing assistant, and this 2023 they need 5,000. This is a big opportunity for everybody. Another thing I got, which is very important, is about the 600 hours. Many people have been asking, please, can you make a video about the 600 hours? Yeah, today I'm here for you guys. So what they meant is that if you have a Bachelor of Nursing degree, you don't need to show anything. You don't need to prove anything. You just need to send in your bachelor's degree and your transcript. When you send those two documents, it already shows the hours that you study. But if you have something like a nursing aid certificate, a care certificate, or you did a training, a nursing training, what they want you to prove is that you did that training up to 600 hours. The limit should be 600 hours. Somebody was asking, please, what do they mean by 600 hours? I have a diploma, I have a nursing diploma, but I don't know, what do they mean by 600 hours? Yeah, they want to see that you studied for at least 600 hours. This is because nursing is not all about theory. It's also about practice. When you study for 600 hours, those hours are going to be, or let's say they will include stages. You went to stage, you went for stage. So they all will be included in that 600 hours. And for those who want to acquire their certificate online through Allison and the Florence Academy, it is not acceptable. It is not acceptable because it's just about 72 hours. It's not up to 600 hours, and there is no practical teaching. It's just about theory. You know, nursing is practice. When you sit in a class and you study nursing, there is a time where you have to go for stage. You go, maybe in your home country, you go to a let's say a hospital, or you go where they take care of people. That's what they want, and they are talking of 600 hours. That's the limit. And another thing, if you're somebody, maybe you have just 400 hours and you have been working for 2 years, you have been working for 3 years, you can also apply because they will consider your experience. That's what we asked. I asked that question, and he said, if you have been working, let's say you have a nursing certificate and you did not study for up to 600 hours, but you have experience, you have been working in the nursing field for 2 years, you can also apply, and it is accepted. And the minimum qualification or the minimum experience they need after you have gotten your certificate is 6 months. If you have your 400 hours and you have been working for 6 months and above, it is accepted. Another one thing I got, which is very, very important, is that they will help you, they'll train you for this language, but you'll be the one to pay your flight. The only thing they can offer you is the language training, and they'll also help you to, let's say, they'll refund the money you used to, like, let's say for the visa application fee. Yeah, when you want to apply for your visa, there's an amount you pay that is, let's say, 420 euro. So they'll have to refund that money to you. Now, let's talk about the language. There are 6 levels of the Finnish language you are supposed to study. But for this training or to work in Finland as a care assistant, you need just 2. The beginner's level and the elementary level. Those are the basics, and that is what you need to work in Finland. And remember, after the A1 level, which is the beginner level, you have to write an exam before you are going, or before they accept you in the elementary level, which is the A2. So you have to take this language very seriously. I know it is not very easy to study a foreign language. I've studied Norwegian, I have studied Dutch, and I will tell you that it is not easy. And when I see that these people are giving this language for free without you paying, it's so amazing. I'm so happy because I know what I paid when I was studying the Norwegian language. I also know how much I spent when I was studying the Dutch language to study nursing in Belgium. So guys, I think this is an opportunity for everybody to grab it. I know it is a very difficult language. Yeah, Finnish is a difficult language, but the Filipinos have been doing it. So I think any other person can do it. And one thing you have to understand is that you are supposed to have your nursing documents at hand before you can apply for this program. For example, you don't have your 600 hours, you will not be qualified. If you have a nursing care certificate but it's not up to 600 hours, you don't have any working experience, you will never be accepted. So they accept everybody to first of all have your certificate at hand before you can apply. This is because after the Zoom meeting, you have to fill the consent form, and when you fill the consent form, you need to send in your documents for them to check. Then they will give you an appointment for an interview. What they made us to understand is that at first they will first of all do the interview before they check your documents, but now they check your documents before they give you an opportunity to come for the interview. And remember, even the interview, you have to make sure you pass the interview, because if you fail the interview, then you cannot proceed. It is a strict selection process. So guys, you have to do your best to make sure you pass that interview. And if you don't have your 600 hours, please don't waste your time to apply. It's a waste of time. They'll just trash your documents. At times you will not even receive any emails. Another one good thing I have received from that Zoom meeting is that there are so many people applying for this program, but the people from Zimbabwe are not accepted. This is not because they are on the red list, but because they consider that country, Zimbabwe, are in need of nurses. Yeah, that's what he said. The Zimbabwe itself has shortage of nurses, so they don't see how they can employ or how they can train people from that country to come to Finland when they themselves, they need nurses. So that is why people from Zimbabwe cannot apply for this program. But if you are from Zimbabwe and you are living in a different country, you can apply, which means you are not coming from Zimbabwe to Finland, but you are coming from another country. For example, you are a Zimbabwean, or you are from Zimbabwe and you are living in South Africa. You can apply from South Africa, or you can do this training so that you come from South Africa to Finland. But if you are living in Zimbabwe, you cannot come from Zimbabwe to Finland. That is what I got. Another thing is that if you are opportune to have this training until the end, they help you with everything. They help you with accommodation. They help you guys with airport pickups. They help you to prepare your room, to set up your bed, furnitures. They show you around. They show you everything. And remember, you also have to make a corona test. Yeah, they want you guys to make a corona test. You have to do a tuberculosis test before you leave your country and when you get to Finland. Maybe now, because we don't have issues of corona anymore, you don't need to do the corona test, but tuberculosis, it's a must. You have to do it. So those are the things you have to know. Another thing I got that was so interesting is that you can come with your family, but not immediately, because you need to be in Finland before you can apply, or before you can put your documents together to bring your family. So when you are coming, you have to come alone, or if you are opportune, if you are successful with this language program, you first of all have to come alone. And when you are now living in Finland, you can file in for your family, let's say for your wife, for your children, and so on and so forth. And after you have received your resident permit and you have worked and lived in Finland for 3 to 5 years, you can apply for the Finnish nationality. Guys, this one is big. Just imagine, you just need to study the Finnish language. If you have your care certificate and you go to Finland, you work for 3 years and you apply for the Finnish nationality. That is very big. This is an opportunity for everybody to partake in. And when you are working as a nursing assistant, they will pay you about, let's say, 1,000 and some few euros, but after tax you will receive about 1,400 and something. But remember, that is not all. When you work late shifts, you work overtime, you work during weekends, your salary will also go up. That is, you have an advantage if you will be able to work overtime, you work late night and during weekends. So when they say you are going to earn 1,400 euro after tax, that does not include your late shifts and weekends. If you have that strength, if you have muscles to work overtime, you have more. So please, guys, and there is no age limit. One thing I also got is that there is no age limit. If you are 50 years, you can come. If you are 60 years, you can apply. But remember, you have to be physically fit to work, because you are going there to work. You are not going there to study. You are not going there for vacation. You are going there to work. So when you are coming, know that you are coming to work. And if you are 60 years or and above, that's the age when most people go for retirement. So 60 years, I don't think you can be thinking again of going to Finland to work, because at that age, most people are thinking of going for their retirement. But if you think you can still work, there is no age limit. Just apply. Another thing I got from that Zoom meeting is that you can study this language in a fast pace, and you can also study this language in a slow pace. If you want to study this language in a slow pace, it will take you up to 1 year. And if you want to study this language in a fast pace, it will take you 6 months. And if you are opportune to succeed in this language and come to Finland, and when you are looking for a house or an accommodation, which they are going to help you, they can look for an apartment with rooms. You can live there as a shared apartment. For example, an apartment with 3 rooms, which costs about 1,000 to 1,300 euros. You guys can join. Let's say you manage a common living room, but everybody has a separate rooms. So guys, that is what I got from this Zoom meeting. And I think all of the important things I've shared with you guys. They also talk of things like weekend activities. I will not go there. That is all I got. That is one of the most, those are the important things I got from this Zoom meeting. So guys, if you have your certificate, apply. If you have your 600 hours, apply. If you have a certificate without any 600 hours, please don't even bother to apply. If you have work experience, you can apply. But if you have a certificate with no 600 hours, with no work experience, please don't even bother yourself to apply. Thank you guys for watching. See you on my next video. Bye. So guys, if you have your certificate, apply. If you have your 600 hours, apply. If you have a certificate without any 600 hours, please don't even bother to apply. If you have work experience, you can apply. But if you have a certificate with no 600 hours, with no work experience, please don't even bother yourself to apply. So guys, if you have your certificate, apply. If you have your 600 hours, apply. If you have a certificate without any 600 hours, please don't even bother to apply. If you have work experience, you can apply. But if you have a certificate with no 600 hours, with no work experience, please don't even bother yourself to apply.